TC Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today we are getting into if you feel like you are without, if you feel like you're without something, if you feel like you're without, look within, go within, be within, become within. Okay? So if you are too outer focused, you need to be and become more inner focused. We're going to get into this very in depth, and I'm actually going to really explain this to you guys, okay? That which is seen passes away. That which is unseen is eternal. This is a biblical quote, okay? And then I also want to get into this too. The true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is within you, the light which is engraved in tablets will respond. This is referring to the 10 Commandments, and also referring to when you read a passage, if there's light within you, you will actually be able to resonate, okay? You will resonate. This is talking about inner and outer resonance, okay? Resonance. As you resonate with what is on the external page or the passage that you're reading, okay? Internal is eternal. Indigenous is endogenous. I want you guys to understand that there's something called endogenous hormones, okay? Endogenous hormones, endogenous chemicals. Chemical was also known as Kemet from ancient Egypt. But I want you guys, think of what endogenous is. It means internal stimulation with your nervous system, your chemical system. You have endogenous neurotransmitters, okay? Indigenous is somebody who is native to a land. They are native to a land. They are generally heavenly and heavily melanated. Okay? They are 9 ether beings. They are 9 ether beings. Okay? I want you guys to understand that these words, indigenous and endogenous, are the exact same words in etymology. The exact same words. Okay? Internal is eternal. The inner world creates the external world, not the other way around. Okay? Most people, 99.99999% of people in the world will believe and generally do believe that the world is happening to we, or to it's actually happening for we, but they think that it's happening to them or to you. They think that it's happening to you. Okay? So it's actually happening for us. It's happening for we. It's happening for I and I. It's happening for you. It's happening for me. That is how the world is responding. And so it's your conversation that you are consistently having with the world, planet Gaia, Mother Gaia, Father, Son. Okay? When you understand that you treat these beings as greater beings than yourself, they have greater purposes than your small little human purpose. You're just a dot on the planet. I know that doesn't mean that you're not, maximized in your purpose. But in the minuscule realm, there is importance in the minuscule realm. Your cells, you have 400 trillion plus cells. Okay, you're 1 in 400 trillion to exist. And that's not even the cellular aspect. That's literally by mathematics. At least 1 in 400 trillion to exist. That's very rare. Okay, so let's talk on it, guys. Most people believe that the world is happening to them. It's actually happening for them, okay? Or as I and I, it's happening for I and I, as the Rastafarians say, okay? Check in with yourself internally. Ask yourself, contemplate to yourself, what thoughts do you habitually think? What thoughts do I habitually think? What feelings do I habitually feel? What habitual actions do I habitually act on physically? Do I like these actions? What actions can I get rid of or subtract? What actions can I double up on and add? What is my consistent spirit that I'm expressing? Okay, take this into consideration. Are you a sloth? In what ways are you a sloth? Are you a gorilla? In what ways are you a gorilla? Are you a lion? Are you a wolf? Are you a sheepdog? As the Navy SEALs speak on. Being a sheepdog. Okay, being a sheepdog is, there's a world filled with sheep. 99% of people believe, there's just a bunch of sheep around most of the time, okay? And I think that there's a percentage, and But really, I want you guys to understand that most people are just going with the grain. They're going and they're acting as normal people, what they're doing. Okay? This is not going to be a message for everybody, but this is a very specific message for, somebody who wants to transform and transmute and build their lives. So a sheepdog is somebody that's in between sheep and in between a wolf, which means that they will ultimately keep the wolves at bay, the people who try to prey on sheep, and also awaken and bring up sheep and help awaken them, help them get smarter, become more like sheepdogs. Okay, so that's a big thing. So do you ask yourself how much longer in a workout? Here's a good one. Do you ask yourself how much longer in a workout, or do you work out until nobody else can go any longer? Do you have that mindset that I'm going to keep going until no one else can go any longer? I'm going to keep going until I'm going to start before them and I'm going to end after them. Like, that's the mindset. That's exactly what I do in the sauna. So I'll go into the sauna and my time starts when somebody else comes into the sauna. Sometimes it might be 15 minutes until somebody else comes in the sauna. And then I will go as long as they will go. So say they have a good will. And they're like, I'm going to go for 45 minutes. Then I'll go for an hour and 1 minute. Because I'm at least going to do a minute longer than when another person starts. Like stuff like that. And that's just kind of like a thing. It's not actually like I'm competing with anybody. It's actually just like a rule I have. Those are some small rules that actually very, 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 highly work. They work in your lives. Okay, we're going to stay on it. Begin to contemplate in your life. Begin to ask and see what is benefiting me. What is derailing me? Okay, what are my assets? What are my liabilities? What are the things that pay me? What are the things that take money from my pocket? Continue to limit the liabilities like a limited liability company does, an LLC. Continue to limit the liabilities, but also limit the liabilities in your life, because you are a corporation if you allow yourself to be, unless you generally just become a W-2 and other stuff like this. But I want you guys to understand that you as a corpse or a corporation, that's the correlation between it. I know that there's some mishap for a lot of people, but you can also go into different types of things with like the Marine Corps and other types of corps that there are out there. I know it. And the thing is there's only a certain amount of people who understand what etymology is, and words connect everything. Words can be transcended amongst, it's an energy. It's electric. It can be transcended amongst different types of cultures. If you speak their language, you can cross-send cultures. You can jump over cultures. You can, all that type of stuff. Okay? As you assess your assets, double up, triple up on asset cash flow constantly. Living internally is not against externally living. Okay? That's generally people who are like, I always want, what is always going on in the outside? What is everyone else doing? That's external living a lot of times. I'm not saying that you don't participate. It's pretty natural, specifically in the Western world, to gravitate towards those types of things where you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to the party. I'm going to go hang out with people. But you also have to internally be like, is this aligned? Is this type of thing aligned with my highest value, my highest purpose? Is this aligned with my highest self? Is this aligned with the family and the friends and the things that I'm building, my empire, my purpose? Is this cultivating with this, or is it not? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Very rare times yes. More than often not. It's not as rare that it's a no. So the thing is here's a big thing. Reframe it from unconsciously living externally into internally consciously living in a way of living that you're not living to choose. You're not living to choose the program, or I'm sorry, you're not living by the program, but you're living by choice. You're living to choose to live, okay? Living internally is progressing in the present moment, progressive overload in the gym of life. So a lot of people will just stay the same in the now. They'll stay the same in the present moment. They'll differentiate, they'll go a little bit up and then go back. They'll take 2 steps back. They'll take 2 steps back, 2 steps forward. They'll do all these different types of things, okay? And so as you understand and cultivate this, guys, start to progress in the present moment. And that is by the law of subtraction. A lot of people talk about the law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of addition. A lot of people want to add things to them. I want to add more stuff. I want to add more stuff. A lot of it comes from the law of subtraction. It's taking things out of your life. It's taking the toxic people out of your life. It's taking the drugs, the alcohol out of your life. It's taking the bad food out of your life. It's taking the toxic music out of your life. Stop listening to TV and news. It's stopping all those types of things. And then the things that you add, you double up on. Going to the gym more, making your bed, having an AM ritual, having rules, drinking more water, not drinking soda. That's the law of subtraction. You can get to those aspects. Speaking positively about yourself. Saying you don't have to agree to who you were 5 minutes ago. You can be somebody new right now. And that is actually implying that you can continuously get better. And it's also implying that you are moving to your higher self. A lot of people will just hold on to their old selves and be like, man, I was just like, I used to do that. Now I don't do that. I don't even have to hold on to my older self or my lower version of myself. The self that is like, I want to be toxic. I want to do this type of stuff. It's more like I'm pure. I'm sustainable. I'm loyal. I'm honest. I'm self-worthy. I'm confident. And I emote these. We're going to get into this. Living internally is stoicism at its core. Okay. Your core. And that comes from your heart too. Okay. We're going to explain even the bioluminescence and the science of this, like the spiritual science of this. Okay. So instead of choosing to always react to outside negative behaviors, somebody cuts you off, something doesn't go your ego's way or your way, something doesn't go your way or your ego's way, something doesn't happen the way that you thought it would be planned or that you planned it. No, again, life is happening for I, for you. Start to use your words, start to affirm and confirm, start to suggest and contemplate to yourself and to people who are on the vibrational wavelength as you, okay? Start to speak for them positively, okay? The patience you've been asking for, the strength you've been asking for, the stoicism and the accountability and responsibility you've been asking for is in the scenarios when someone cuts you off, when somebody does it, or when something doesn't go your way per se, because it's actually still going your way. No matter what, it's still going your way. It's this great thing or something even greater. This great thing, this best thing, or something even better. That is the mindset. Okay? Internally slowing your clock, responding to yourself positively, internally slowing your clock, it lengthens your life. Okay? Internally giving yourself worth improves your internal self-worth. It's literally how we speak, guys. It's literally how we speak. Okay? There is biblical things about how important your voice is. Like, is the voice just for something random? No, it's not just to communicate with other people, but it's also to affirm how you are living. And it's to protect yourself. Okay? It's to protect yourself. It's to repel things away from you and to attract things to you. You can use your voice for this, and God has given you this responsibility, accountability, or depending on how you use it, but it's also what you do with it, how you choose to use it, which is literally free will. It's choice. Internally giving yourself worth improves your internal self-worth, okay? Embodying, okay? Everything is internal. You are teaching others how to treat you, but you are also teaching you how to treat yourself, because you are not your ego. Your ego is made up and it changes, it transforms. You were not who you were 5 minutes ago. You were not who you were 5 years ago. Your entire bodily structure, your anatomy changes every 7 years, and it changes throughout the months too. And you can cultivate this through fasting. Please reach out if you guys have questions on fasting, because you can transform your body. People think I'm 23, 24, all this stuff like that. And yeah, I feel young. I feel younger than that. I feel like I'm 18. Okay. About 5 minutes left. Okay, guys. Build trust within yourself. Okay. You are teaching others how to treat you, and you are also teaching you how to treat yourself, because you are not your ego. Your ego was given to you. Your name was given to you. just so many different things. You can add this. Your ethnicity was given to you. You are not technically your ethnicity. You're not even your body. All these other different types of things. You're not even your emotions. This is a big thing, like with men and women. Stoicism and other things. You are not your emotions. You are observing your emotions. You're not your thoughts. You're observing your thoughts. So people can implant thoughts into you. People can implant emotions to you, but it's also how you choose to respond, not react, but respond. That's why they have these things on Facebook and Instagram and all these other types of things. React. They want you to react, but they don't want you to generally respond. The response is observing the whole entire thing and saying, like, does this even resonate with me? And then that's how you really, really take off and improve, okay? All right, so build trust within yourself by aligning what you say and what you do for consistent, habitual periods of time. I'm speaking on months, years, decades. Okay, so this means that you do what you say what you do it consistently. You can do things more consistently too. Consistent is every other day. If you do it every other day, that's consistent, but you could do it every day, which is even more consistent. Okay, and you see how the positivity of my word articulation and etymology is being cultivated. Okay, it improves the psychology, has law of assumption where it's assuming. So I continue to improve myself through the months, the years, and the decades by consistently, habitually transforming my mind through action. Okay, through action for long periods of time. Okay, this teaches your, like, it's just subconscious. It's subconscious. You are doing it consistently. Like, you have to see how people get rich. A lot of them were born into it, but their parents and their generations, the generations their elders ultimately are being proper elders in the way where they are actually guiding you, they are elevating you, okay? They are even initiating you, giving you rites of passage, okay? And some are not. Some are, some are not. And the ones that pass on generational wealth, pass on generational fitness, pass on generational rareness, so like they have, I guess you could say, like cleaner, purer DNA. That type of aspect is, and we can transmute this too. We can transmute even, I guess you could say, like more toxic DNA by transmuting and alchemizing chemical in there, alchemizing, okay, chemical. So transforming the hormonal aspect through the hormonal manipulation through the foods and other different types of things where you can, and the foods that you don't eat and the foods that you do eat, you can transform the DNA, the Solomonic lineage DNA, the Solomonic DNA, which is literally biblical. It is Jacob's ladder, which is a spiral double helix, okay? It's within many different things. I'm not going to get all into this, but this is also getting into the aspect that you can transform and heal generational traumas and generational curses and actually turn them into generational blessings, okay? You could be like, things just somehow miraculously come to me. Okay, this builds internal self-worth, which emotes and emotes emotions of certain bioluminescent frequencies. Okay, now let's just spit layman's terms. Bioluminescence means light emitting from within the body. We're talking about within. So if you feel like you're without a lot of stuff, like, oh, I don't have this, feel what it feels like to be rich. Feel what it feels like to be rare. Feel what it feels like to be rich. Feel what it feels like to be fit. Feel what it feels like to be mentally strong, emotionally strong. What it feels like to be a leader. What it feels like to be a provider. What it feels like to be a protector. What it feels like to be submissive. What it feels like to be dominant. What it feels like to be competitive. Feel what it feels like in the energy in motion, the emotion. Feel what the feeling is, the positive emotion of it, okay? There's different levels of emotion too as well. There's secondary emotion, tertiary emotion, primary emotion, all this stuff. But the emotions are at certain bioluminescent frequencies. Bioluminescent means light emitting from the body. Melanin, which is skin color, okay? Skin, black pigmentation, okay? Substantia nigra, that's literally what it's called, okay? In the scientific term. Melanin holds light within the body. Melanin, okay? And it holds it within the eyes, it holds it within the hair, okay? And we all have different levels of melanin, and some are predisposed to having high amounts of melanin, which means they have a very powerful bioluminescent internal state of being, and we are to protect these beings. This is literally, ultimately, we are supposed to protect these beings, okay? And this is what I truly believe are like the true people, if you know what I'm saying, the true people, the true chosen ones, okay? And everyone, I believe, is a chosen one, but there are some that are predisposed to be automatic chosen ones if they follow the path. Remember, it's all about choice. It's all about choice, okay? The internal self-worth, self-belief, self-confidence emits from your internal state of trusting yourself, trusting in building and cultivating self-worth, trustworthiness throughout yourself. Therefore, the external reality falls into place and trusts you. The external, so other people, other things, animals, the universe, God who created the universe, and the sun, and everything just miraculously happens for you because you are sustainable with the planet and you are in resonance with, I know this sounds crazy, but you know, like, things happen good for good people. Like, because they are emitting and they are attracting proper things. When you are, there's like this thing where it says like, through your actions and everything that you're doing, the more that you like obey God, and you know what that is internally, like you just know what it is internally, you know what it is internally, you know what it is, what it feels like to obey God. You know exactly what it is, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to be, okay? And by cultivating this is, you are going to be rewarded with speed, with ease, so much stuff, because you are more in accordance to obedience. Like, you are more in, you are following commandments, you are following obedience, you are following laws, okay? Like real big universal laws. Like, you are respecting the earth, you are respecting your mother, you're respecting the thing that birthed you, all these things. You're respecting other beings, all living beings, including animals, including, you know, and there's like levels to this too, guys. Okay? The external reality falls into place and trusts you, therefore trusts you. You teach the world how to treat you, just like you teach the world how to treat yourself. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this with anybody you feel values this content. I have a $3,000 course in the description for $33 for you guys, 22222. All right. I also have bi-weekly community calls within that type of thing. This is a full all-inclusive community. This is for people who want to learn more and more about this type of stuff. I'm building this and cultivating this. So share this, like, comment, share, subscribe, everybody. I also have a private one-on-one mentorship, okay? That's for $5,000 right now. I'm giving it away for $500. That's one-on-one, just me and you, private mentorship, one-on-one, and that is going to help you grow mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Those are my favorite 4 pillars. Help you grow in your money, your time, your energy, understanding that type of currency, getting your AM ritual, your PM ritual down, you know, many other different things, guys. And we're going to focus specifically on you, and I'll give you like really the exact blueprint that you really just need, okay? So that'll be for 4 months. That's a 4-month type of thing. So have a blissful day. I love each and every one of you guys dearly. Ultimately, I want you guys to understand that if you are looking without, start to go within. Start to go within. TC, Spiritual Shepherd. Stay tuned for the next one, guys. Peace.